It's called night soil.
Human meat. These are all sacrificed humans.
They're killing us spiritually, emotionally, all that shit. This shit is crazy.
It don't melt.
Creating some of the most powerful water in the world.
Why in the hell did we ever let anybody convince us that this is the way things were supposed to be?
It's me.
And I'm Lee.
And today we're going down the rabbit hole.
Now let's get into it. That's crazy.
And they still want to eat it.
Silly Spencer. They all contain human meat. Human meat. These are all sacrificed humans, aborted fetuses. We don't go by any of this stuff.
Since when Oreos had human meat?
It's giving Soylent Green.
McDonald's burgers don't grow any mold, then why is it a good thing that rice doesn't grow any mold? This is a fantastic question, so let's dive in a little bit deeper. McDonald's food is structurally and chemically dead. If you think about plastic, that's basically what it is. There's a ridiculously unnatural amount of sodium levels in McDonald's burgers. There's also a crazy amount of chemical preservatives, which act as sanitization, essentially. The difference with my rice experiment is that we're using clean, real food with absolutely zero chemical shields. Normal food is a natural living environment. It reacts differently to frequency. Also, that different species of organisms growing is indicative of specific things. So black mold is indicative of decay and stagnation. And then fluffy white mycelium is actually how all plants and trees communicate with one another. Those are the mycelium network. Having less mold isn't worse because it basically shows that the rice is in a harmonious environment. We're not testing how synthetic plastics interact with sound, but more so how raw, real life interacts with frequencies and sound.
But y'all gotta cut McDonald's out. Please, let it go.
It's McFake.
I used to love McDonald's.
Not you saying all of that to say you used to love McDonald's.
Yeah, I used to love McDonald's decades ago.
I was so pissed because I've been buying fucking Mountain Valley water because I've been avoiding microplastics, right? Like I've been just buying glass.
Here we go.
I punctured it and I saw in the water this plastic thing start floating. And I was like, why is there plastic floating? I literally pay $120 for these. Look how I need water, you know, because I don't like microplastics and microplastics are so bad for you, right? So I see this, I literally see this.
That's wild.
Bro, I checked the old bottle. Look, I don't know if you can see it. I'll take a picture. The old bottles, they all have this. And I called the company and they said, oh, that's just how it is. Like, that's our packaging. Bitch, you literally are a multi-million-dollar company. I know you don't have to put this shit in there, bro. I'm so fucking sick. Companies and the government, like, they don't want us to be healthy, brother.
Can somebody explain to me why Mountain Valley spring water is putting plastic bottle caps inside of their glass jars? This is what people are saying. She said that, and she showed you that they put in plastic in these things when it's not supposed to be plastic. It's supposed to be straight glass. What is going on with Mountain Valley spring water? Nobody wants plastic. That's why they got glass, and you still put the plastic in the glass to make sure they get the plastic. Something is going on here, guys, and I need you to check yours right now. Why are they doing this? They said that the company said that's how it is. That's what she said. I don't know if that's how it is. I don't work at that company. Shh. Shut up. Something is going on at Mountain Valley spring water, and we need to check it out to make sure that we're not getting caught up like this, B. No, I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Maybe she dropped that in there when she was pouring some of that water inside of her little water bottle, right? I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Check it out right now. Let me know if it's there. I'm out.
I ain't gonna lie.
First off, hell no.
She probably did do that. Why would first off, you didn't show me it inside of your glass bottle.
She did.
No, she showed me the thing, but I didn't.
One of the jugs.
I never seen that.
I believe that's crazy because we consume that. The government doesn't want us to be healthy.
$132.
Where have you been?
120. God.
You're making
For
shit
what?
up. Why are we paying for water?
Exactly. Why are we paying for something that's naturally here?
That's problem number one.
We digress.
The 3 secret ingredients that might be found in a sausage are fish liver, human flesh, or shark.
Are those really the 3 ingredients?
Yeah. Yes.
You better be shark.
What do you think it's gonna be?
Shark too.
Shark?
The liver is like too obvious, and I don't think it's human flesh, so I think it's shark.
Yes, I'm afraid you're both wrong. It is human flesh.
No. No.
Whoa.
That's not okay. That's
No.
not all right.
You know,
person okayed it, I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
You wouldn't try a tiny bite?
Not yet. Let's go. All right, let's go. Follow your lead. Just like blood.
I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
What does that mean? 2 year?
It's aged 2 years.
Yeah, we'll call it age.
It's extracted.
That works. It's either conceived or born.
Oh, I see.
Is that wine? You can call it that. Sure. It simply is. Pat, give me a glass,
Please enjoy.
Blood is 2 years age?
The blood, he was like, Merry Christmas.
Oh no.
Keep it.
Yeah. Y'all like to go to those bars? Let us know. I'm just playing.
And then born or conceived?
Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
What's going on?
So there's a chemical called astrazine, I think I'm saying that right, and it's been banned in Europe, and they said it's been banned all over the world except for here in the US. So scientists did a study, and they gave it to 40 frogs. Now, a high percentage of those frogs became sterile. They could no longer use their man parts, they could no longer reproduce. The rest of the frogs actually turned female, right? Their male parts were chemically castrated and turned female parts, and they was able to lay eggs and give birth. They also said that once a chemical like that is studied and it has those reactions, the next step is to, test it on a mammal or test it on a human. Well, that was never done. And unfortunately, it's in our water and it's in a lot of our foods, which explains why we got a whole bunch of bitch ass niggas running around here. I knew it was something. I knew it was something about you new niggas, because we wasn't raised on that shit, but you new niggas is some puss ass niggas. I knew it was something.
You know what he trying to say. Make your own everything if you can.
They want you dependent on their system. It's in the water.
It's
in the food. It's in the air.
They're not even choosing this themselves. Like,
They have no say. They don't even know they're being messed with. That's actually sick.
They removed copper from swimming pools because they realized that copper was so antibacterial that it was completely purifying the water that the people were swimming in without all of the harmful effects of chlorine, which we also know is $1 trillion industry. But also, when the copper was rested in the swimming pools, copper ions were being absorbed into the water, which hold an electrical charge. Therefore, when people were swimming in these pools, their bodies were absorbing this charged water, and we're electrical beings. Therefore, the water that they were swimming in and bathing in was instantaneously healing their bodies. And so if you then think about copper pipes, which are being completely erased, it then makes perfect sense, because the elites realize that when water flows through copper pipes, that water then becomes charged water, creating some of the most powerful water in the world, purifying it to a level no other material can match. This is another reason why farmers would place copper in their livestock's water bowls, because they knew that the copper would keep the water completely pure and charge the water.
charge your water, folks.
They do everything but help. They do everything to hurt us. They cover all their bases and some. The pools, you could have just let us have the pools.
I didn't know that copper was in pools like that.
No. No, sir.
What is that? You just
And that's not him eating from his hand.
No,
It's
I know
somebody
that's somebody else, but you would do that to my hand.
No, I was just about to
She
say
would do that to
no,
my
no, no. I
hand.
was just about to say if you ever
Watch.
you could try.
We'll let you guys know how it goes, which we know how
It's not going nowhere.
People don't understand how food has been industrialized. And when I say industrialized, it went from this whole natural, phenomenon of everything I eat is whole foods, not the whole foods that we know today,
Right.
to what we know it as today. When you walk into a grocery store, 90% of the food in the grocery store is in a box bag can with a label on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of that process actually began with the military. And how that began, because World War I, what they discovered and learned from it was that one of the number one ways that a lot of the soldiers were dying was from famine, not being able to get enough food. And so what they did was they put together all these scientists, and they wanted to come up with a lot of foods that could be able to last long on the battlefield. And so this is where you see the first what's called C rations, which we know today as MREs, processed foods. What happened was after they saw the success of that in World War II, they then took the knowledge and the technology and then gave that to the actual food industry. And this is when you see this boom in the food industry in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. And you see all of these products like Crisco saying, hey, you don't have to use this, you can use this. You don't have to be a wife that has to cook all day. We can cook a meal in 10 minutes. Right. And so you start to see the microwave come into play. Again, another technology from the military. And I learned this when I was living in Japan because while I was out there working at a hospital, being around a lot of the military, I was able to go to one of the military libraries and do a lot of research. And what I discovered was most of the products and food companies that are developed today, developed when the technology was given to the food industry.
What is in this new ice cream we are feeding our kids? Is it petrified, alien?
Bro, this shit don't melt, but instead it just turned black.
No way they burning ice cream and it's not melting.
I saw where people had like ice cream sandwiches that were not ice cream sandwiching.
Has any of this happened to y'all? I don't want to go through that.
I do remember you bought bananas and one of the bananas was rubbery.
You did say.
Yeah.
Might as well just
don't eat. Let's become breathers.
Breatharians.
Yes.
You're in America. This information I'm getting ready to share with you is going to piss you off. So if you have a weak stomach, go ahead and skip this video right now. But we're going to talk about the cyclosporosis, what's been happening in America, that parasite that causes explosive diarrhea. I think I have something that nobody's talking about of how something like this could happen, and it's going to make you very angry. So what's happening, guys, is that cyclosporosis, it comes from human feces, meaning somehow the vegetables came in contact with human feces. How does that happen in a country like America? How does something like that happen? Well, if you guys don't know, there was something going on with fertilizer about, I guess, when the war and all that stuff started, there was something going on with fertilizer. So if they were having a shortage on fertilizer, what do third world countries do when they don't have fertilizer? They use human feces as manure. Think I'm lying? I'm going to give you a term to look up right now, and this is why this is happening in America. It's called night soil. Read it. Pause and read it. And if that don't make you mad, that means your country is turning into a third world. I'm out.
I have no words for that one. I have no commentary.
It's feces. At this point, though,
I just want to hide.
I want to go on the longest timeout ever.
They took the trees. Our fruit trees. They took the trees and sold us back the fruit. Then they took the water. Rivers, rain, springs that fed civilizations for thousands of years, bottled it and sold it back to us. They took the land that existed here long before any human drew lines around it. And they said, if you want to stand here, you better have a payment plan. Everything we need to exist, food, water, shelter, was already here. Nobody created it. But somehow, you were born owing for it. Am I the only one this drives mad? I mean, why is a free life such a crazy idea? Why does simply existing without bills, debt, or permission sound like a fantasy? Why in the hell did we ever let anybody convince us that this is the way things were supposed to be?
Exactly. We always say if there were fruit trees, would anyone be hungry?
Right.
Taco. You know, wisdom says, if anything is sacred, the human body is sacred. Love food.
Congratulations, boys. You made it through another Taco Tuesday. Back in the bucket till next week.
Want those vegetables so bad?
Nope, they're genetically modified to stay fresh. Just don't ask how old the Jell-O is.
Ew. Overreactor.org warns that over half of the vegetables sold in this country are genetically modified organisms whose effect on humans is unknown.
Calder, that's using your $300,000 MFA. To the Caldermobile! Oh.
Ah, you saved me! But how did you get the strength? Calder's work in this period was marked by heavy use of sheet metal painted to look deceptively airy.
Well put.
Thank you. Answer the question.
Well, there is something I should have told you. You see, it occurred to me that if I can genetically modify fruits and vegetables, why can't I modify me?
You've been changing your DNA?
Well, at first, just a peptide here and there. Carrot for my presbyopia. Brahma bull for strength. And a touch of corn for highlights on my hair.
So, how strong are you?
Y'all see this?
The fact that it's out there in a movie, in a documentary, because they have to tell us.
And if you don't know, now
Now
you
you
know.
That's it for this one. Let us know in the comments what y'all thought.
I don't think we're gonna eat for the next, what, 10 years?
15.
10, 15? That's enough food videos.
Wait till you see the next one. Until next time, question everything. Bye.